With 2024 about to be complete, it's time to put it in the rearview mirror and review it. All told, it was a hell of a year, and a hell of a good one at that. Not only did I get to make my way back to PCA for another round of interviews and time spent with cigar celebrities and sourced a whole bunch of premium cigar blends in the process, but I also got to make sure that this structure that I'm sitting in right now was constructed, my cigar studio. But while my cigar studio still has yet to be finished, the interior at least, I am able to sit in here and have a smoke and a quick chat with you, my friend. Because while you may have seen me in front of the camera smoking and reviewing cigars throughout 2024, a fair deal of what I did for my job actually was behind the scenes, and that included smoking cigars prior to reviewing them. Before I get around to smoking and reviewing a cigar, I try to take the time to smoke one or two beforehand so that I get a grasp as to whether it's something that I would recommend to you and what some of the tasting notes and aromatics as well as the performance of the cigar might be as it burns. And while I was able to get to dozens upon dozens of cigar reviews, there were quite a few that I sample smoked but was unable to get around to reviewing due to one reason or another. This leads us to today's topic of the 10 smokes that jumped out at me when I realized, gosh, I smoked it, I liked it, I meant to review it, and yet I didn't. For those of you who are looking to get a head jump on what I will be smoking in 2025, the following 10 suggestions are ones that you may want to grab a 5-pack of, give a taste, and send us a few notes, either in the Klaro member chat on Facebook or directly on our website or via email. This way, we can all be a part of the conversation and do a little brainstorming as to what's going on inside of each blend that we enjoy. So without further ado, let's get to the top 10 that I enjoyed in 2024, but did not review, at least yet. First up is the utterly outstanding, yet often overlooked Warped Nicotina, a medium-bodied cigar that I found appeals to me because I like fuller cigars, but I can see would be appreciated by those who like something along the milder side as well. I also smoked and thoroughly enjoyed El Soñador by Casa de Sueños, one of the smaller boutique brands in the Klaro portfolio, as well as the Estaba en Correas Chupacabra Hellcat, the latter of which is a really tight little box press smoke that's excellent and has a badass name to boot. I also smoked the El Chiquito version of the Habano Lunatic, which is really not that small at 70 ring gauge and pigtailed. Then there was the Crux Bull and Bear, which some say is pretty bold, but I found to be a lot smoother and cleaner, even though it was a full smoke with pretty close to full strength at that. Speaking of bulls, I did not get around to reviewing the Bullneck by CAO. That's the flathead steel horse version. And there was also the Rocky Patel Decade, which is a box press torpedo that performed great. And yet, when I went to go smoke it, we had a typhoon hit. My cigar studio wasn't finished at the time. I had to cut it quits on that one and put it on hold. And then there was the Adian Dominicano by La Aurora, a somewhat obscure cigar that I thoroughly enjoyed, yet once again didn't get around to reviewing due to time constraints, weather, parenting, things like that. Number 9 on my list also was a smoke that I found to be great and a little on the sweeter side and not just smoky, and that was Icarus by Jake Wyatt Cigars, which is a smoked tobacco sort of stick. And then number 10 on my list were the Bay City Cigars by Lovely out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. As many of you know, we are huge fans of Lovely Cigars here at Klaro, and their new blends are really good, yet I couldn't get around to smoking and reviewing them because one of their cigars, the number 162, ended up being Cigar of the Month, and I had to put everything else back a little bit further, which translates to 2025. But with this cigar studio around me, now complete and the interior nearing completion, I can now start providing you with more cigar reviews, and hopefully we won't miss out on any in 2025. There will also be more cigar news and interviews, deep dives, product walkthroughs, cigar pairings with alcohol, no alcohol, food, you name it, we're gonna do it, including some really unusual experiments with things like cigar cellophane wrappers. So stay tuned for more, and thank you for being here now, whether you are just now joining us or we're here since 2024 started, almost 12 months ago. So on behalf of all of us here at Klaro, thank you for being here with us, because without you, we wouldn't be here, and we sure as hell wouldn't be in business. This sort of symbiotic, cooperative relationship really benefits all parties involved, and we are having a ton of fun in the process. So stay tuned for more in the new year, and on behalf of all of us once again, thanks for being a part of the Klaro family. Cheers, we'll catch you in the new year.